So I'm trying to work out what the best position for this thing is, and I'm wondering, do I follow the line here and make an equal distance from there to there, or the line at the bottom there and a distance? The thing is, between these two lines start off at 10 inches and up this way they end up sort of 11 inches, so I can't really go by that. I don't want to get it wrong when I put it on. Nothing looks worse than a crooked emblem. Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one to work out. So if I measure from the top here to the top there, it's going to be one distance, and if I follow that line to go across, that makes that a little bit crooked. I think it's just going to have to be by eye. Maybe the first thing I'll do is take the line of the light, put a piece of tape there, I'm thinking that gives me two nice parallel lines. So almost something to guide myself by. You know, using this old number plate and resting it on the line on the back of the light here, going like that, that is the tape line I've put on anyway, so I've managed to get it sort of fairly accurate with the tape. Bottom one could go up a slight higher, slight touch higher, but so if I went by that and used that as a straight line shooting off from there, now from that point I want to bring another piece of tape down here, so I've actually got something to butt onto. That looks pretty even. So now my sticker would go somewhere like that. I think the most important thing is that I get an even gap between the edge of the light and the beginning of the emblem, because that's what's going to show up as wrong more than anything else. So perhaps what I'll do is I'll measure and draw my line going down this way and come off from the back of the light, to say, because these lines splay outwards anyway, so going by these is not going to be helpful. And as you can see, where I come off the top of the light here, the tape is sort of almost on the line up there, but up here it's about an inch difference. Right, I think I'm happy with this, so what I'll do is now put a piece of tape from there to there, and basically I want to get this to fit in that corner there. I'll just follow that line up there. I'll tell you what, once this is stuck, it's stuck. I can feel it already. just being careful not to rip it up too quickly and lift off the decal. Yeah, that went on pretty well. So there you have it, the car's now been christened. It's officially a TR6. So I'll just do the one on the other side and then get onto that bonnet cable, and then I can go home for the day. I haven't been here for a few days because when I went to put the back bumper on, the little gaskets that join the three parts of the rear bumper together were missing. So I got in touch with Rimmer Brothers and they sent me out another pair, which is just simply a pair of these bits of rubber. So there was nothing else for me to do because I'm really sort of now more or less done everything, and I thought there's no point in me coming to tinker around. It's a bit of a drive from where I live, so I'm back here today to rebuild the bumper, or build the bumper, and hopefully put that on today. So the bits that were stopping me from putting this bumper together are the bits that go between there. I've come up with this sort of semi-ingenious plan to try and fit these bumpers on alone without asking anyone. There are people that will help me if I ask them, but I just hate asking people for favours. So basically I've just put a couple of containers at the back where you can see down there, and for the side I'm using axle stands. Kind of got it roughly to the size, to the height I want. Yeah, so I want to try and inch it forward until I can get this bolt just nipped onto there, and then I can, once I've got the two back ones just nipped on, then I can concentrate on the sides as well. At the same time as I'm moving this forward, I want to make sure it's not falling anywhere. As you can see, I've put bubble wrap on the side there to try and protect that, just in case the whole thing flips up. I've just got to try and get it in a little bit tighter, but it's a touch low on this side. That's roughly the height I want. Let me get underneath that now and see if I can ease that bolt in there. Okay, that's one bolted on. Just need to get that one tightened in, and that'll hold it in place, and then I can work on the sides. So problem I'm having at the moment is that the where the bolt is coming out of and where the hole is on the bumper is slightly misaligned. I don't know if I can try to work it. I can get the screwdriver through the hole or through both holes and then sort of twist it around to bring it in to where it should line up from. So my clever little plan worked. I've got both bolts on the back nipped up. The further one away was a bit awkward because once I've had this one nipped up, as I was trying to put the bolt in this one, the whole bumper needed to be shifted up a little bit, and I'm trying to pull it and do the bolt in at the same time. Anyway, whatever, I managed to do that. So all I've got to do now is get the bolts in on the sides and tighten everything up, and that's it, back bumper done. So there's the bumper now fitted perfectly, perfect lines lined up exactly how you'd want it, as if it was an original bumper. And I've said it about the front one, these stainless steel bumpers are such a good quality. Yeah, they're a lot of money, but they don't come much better than this. So all I've got to do now is just wire up this number plate light. I've just thrown the wires in there for now, and sort out some of the other wiring behind here, and then I can finish off with these interior panels, or the boot panels, screw them all into place, and then call the boot buttoned up. One job I wasn't really planning on doing, but the more I looked at it, the more it was getting on my nerves, was changing this fin plate. Could have got away with it, but it's so in such bad condition, decided that I've got to change it. And I bought this from Rimmer Brothers, which is identical plate but it's blank, and which also meant that I had to buy a set of these stamps, and that'll be the next job. At least when this goes on inside the engine bay, which is newly painted, it will sort of conform with the rest of the look of the car. Small differences, but I think when you add up 100 small differences, they make one huge difference. So I haven't been doing much filming the last few days because I've been in a bit of a rush to finish things off, because I need to get it out of here my brother's garage, because he needs the space now, and I feel like I've taken up enough time. So I've been a little bit lacking on the video side of things. Nevertheless, that doesn't mean to say things haven't been getting done. As you can see, I've fitted the hood on there. Ray came down here yesterday, Sunday morning. We were here at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't have done that without him. It does take a little bit of technical know-how when it comes to fitting hoods. Unfortunately, Ray doesn't like being filmed, so I said, just don't worry, let's get the hood on, and well, there'll be a film of it already fitted, so it doesn't matter. Also, when Ray came down, he brought me a stainless steel exhaust that he's been promising me. This is a brand new exhaust from top to bottom, coming right off the exhaust manifold. So I haven't got any sort of 6-branch thing going on or anything like that, but this is perfect. So initially, I wasn't planning on changing the exhaust, again trying to save myself a few quid here and there, but turns out that this exhaust is blowing somewhere up there in the middle. So I've decided, well, as I've gone this far, I might as well change the whole lot. One of the other reasons I think I ought to change the exhaust is because, as you know from one of my first videos, when I started up the car, there was a lot of birdseed that came out of the exhaust. That means rodents have been inside here. Now, they've not only brought birdseed in there, no doubt they brought bedding in there as well. So it could be that the exhaust is blocked up, and that could be causing the car to not run properly, as well as all the other little bits and pieces that I've found too. So it makes sense to change it, and the fact that I've managed to get hold of a stainless steel exhaust at a fair price, a very fair price, thank you very much, Ray, you're too much of a gentleman, makes sense for me to fit this on. So one of the first jobs is to undo the exhaust from the manifold up there, and this is going to be much easier than when I had to undo it using axle stands. You can see here where it's bandaged up, where it's leaking. As you see, some carbon there for where the exhaust has been leaking. So I'll undo it from there, and possibly for the rest of it I might just get an angle grinder to it and just cut it out, just to save myself a bit of time. Right, so far so good. I've got the exhaust onto the manifold there, and I've just joined the second lot of pipes coming up to here. Now I've just got to attach these pipes, but I want to be sure as to how far I've got to press them in here to make sure that the back box lands in the correct position. So finally finished the exhaust. I started at about 4:30. It's now 20 to 8. So it's taken me a little while. I don't think Quick Fit will be offering me a job, but nevertheless I'm happy with the outcome. I've just run it and checked for leaks, and there's no leaks at all. So that's something else I can tick off on my list.